Alright, Omari White. My name is Omari White. Class of 2018 or 2025, whatever one, I don't know, but I'm 25 years old. So, you know, growing up, me and my little brother, my mom, it was just us. You know, my pops wasn't around, and kind of grew up in like project buildings and stuff. And then my mom started getting better jobs. And after that, you know, we kind of lived in a low class, middle class neighborhood where, you know, stuff was cool, was going to school and stuff. And eventually I ended up dropping out of school, which is like a big reason that I ended up coming here. And I actually been hearing about this program since I was like 17 years old, because my auntie actually went here. And then I started facing a couple of things in my life that made me want to change the direction I was going in. So like, you know, some of those things like my brother going to prison, because me and him, we were doing stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing. And so he ended up going to prison, and that kind of deterred my life towards trying to do something that's gonna benefit me in the long run, so that my mom don't got two of her sons in prison. But me not having a diploma, me not having any kind of skills that I could have any certificates or anything for, it kind of was harder for me to find something that I could see myself doing long term. So I decided to come here, and I found out they had the music program. I found out they had, you know, construction program, and I kind of take a liking to the construction and the music and stuff, and kind of drew me in a little bit. And then I ended up just coming here, and then everybody here kind of, you know, developing the community, the friends and family type of environment that kind of helped me to stay here, because it was real hard for me to stay at school at my other schools, you know. And we're gonna grab one of these impacts. So, impact drill, you know what I'm saying? 20-volt batteries and stuff. That's what we're doing there. Got a lot of tools in this. Well, I learned a little bit of carpentry, a little bit of electrician work, even in the music program, helping kids out right, being creative, learning how to create. There was another class we had where we talked about, you know, feelings and emotions and how to deal with that type of stuff. And in relationships, that ended up helping me out in my relationships outside of school too. So I developed like a lot of skills that I could put on paper, but it's a lot of skills that I can't put on paper that I developed here, as far as like, you know, how to interact with people, being a leader, because, you know, a lot of the kids here kind of look at me as somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to be a good example for them and be a good role model too. Learn how to do a resume properly. The most important thing I learned though is that, you know, to do it right the first time, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of the whole thing with me going to school, is if I would have did it right the first time, I wouldn't have to be doing this. When you take shortcuts, you're gonna pay for it later. I'll say the universe was trying to prevent me from coming, because my car broke, and then I started using my grandma's car, and then her car ended up breaking. So that kind of, and you know, the school, I don't know if you know about out here, but you can't really, transportation, you kind of need a car out here. So I was kind of considering not going because of that. And then some told me just to go, just do it, because, you know, 3 months down the line, you never know, you might not be able to have this opportunity. So I took the bus. I used to walk an hour to the bus stop, and then take the bus, and then go home, walk an hour back home. So that was for the first whole month. And then also, you know, shout out to Miss Riri. She helped me out. She ended up letting me use a skateboard, so that you know, it kind of helped cut the time in half. And just her doing that kind of gave me the motivation to keep coming here, even after all of the other hardships, all the other stuff that kind of tried to sidetrack me.
It was a pleasure and an honor to be his counselor and work with Omari. He was very receptive to everything. He always strived to work hard and complete all of his tasks that he put before him. I just wish him the best. I wish him well in his future endeavors, and God bless.
That was probably the biggest, toughest thing for me. And then seeing that support that I got, because nobody really knew, but once I did open up and tell people, then seeing the support I got, it made me feel like this is somewhere I need to be at.
So,
He's a go-getter. He's about getting his moolah. But he also excelled, made sure that he came in, did what he needed to do so he can go ahead and graduate. You know, he had some little issues at the beginning, but I just think it was adapting, of course, for the age difference from you being an adult to being around minors, which definitely showed growth for him, and I'm definitely proud of him for that.
It definitely it makes it that much more sweeter of a victory for me because of what I had to go through. I feel like if it was as easy, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much, you know. And also, if I didn't have things that went wrong, I wouldn't have seen the support system that I have from going here. So I definitely am proud of myself. You know, I know my family's proud of me for doing it, and I love to make them proud, and I know everybody here is proud, and so I just want to continue to make people proud. So when I leave here, I'm trying to get into an apprenticeship program so that I can become an electrician. That's my goal right now. So that's what I'm getting into after I'm done with this.